Hey guys, Blaze here with Moves Media, and today I wanted to share 5 tech tools that I don't leave for any shoot without making sure I have. Check it out.
3, 2, 1.
The first piece of gear that I wanted to share is the 24-105 Sony f4 lens. It's actually the lens I'm shooting on right now. For me, the Sony 24-105 is the best lens that I've ever purchased for a variety of different reasons. Now, depending on who you talk to, whether you talk to landscape photographers, portrait photographers, event shooters, filmmakers, people shooting in the outdoors, you're gonna probably get a whole different variety of opinions on what's the best lens or what's the best lens kit to have in your bag. And many people are gonna probably say you need at least 3 lenses to shoot whatever you're shooting. However, for me, when I'm doing a lot of run and gun filmmaking, I'm vlogging, I'm shooting portraits, I'm also want to do some photography, I need something that's really going to perform quickly, it's easy to use, and I don't have to bother with changing lenses if I'm outdoors in the cold. I want something that's going to work well and produces quality image and content. And what I found is the Sony 24-105 really hits that mark, and it's going to give me the most versatility in what I'm shooting. So if I show up with my camera and just that lens, I'm going to be able to shoot a whole variety of stuff. I'm going to be able to get close to the action, far away from the action, shoot nice portrait stuff, use it on a gimbal. So that versatility is probably the most important thing for me. Now, depending on what you do and how you shoot, you probably have different things that are maybe at the top of your list. So that may change what lens you're gonna go with. But for me, the 24-105 Sony and having that autofocus function in my camera just made a huge difference, especially for shooting myself if I don't have someone that's watching the focus. The next piece of gear is something that every photographer or videographer needs, and that is a camera bag. Now, for years, I was going out rocking this Amazon Basics camera bag that has your couple different compartments where you can put different accessories and fit your camera in an ICU, but it's not very robust, and I just found that I wasn't enjoying using it, and I needed something a little more heavy duty, something that I was more comfortable on my bag, something that was more versatile in places I could put things. And after doing a lot of research, I decided to splurge and get the Peak Design backpack. It's the everyday backpack. I think this one's the 30-liter, and it is a game changer. Now, it was a little bit on the higher price point, so I was humming and hawing whether or not it would be worth it, but for me, it's absolutely worth it. It has so many different functions that I didn't even know I needed, not to mention the ones I love. The most important one is definitely this side access. Being able to basically have your camera on your bag, not have to fully take it off, and access different lenses or your camera or different accessories is unbelievable. I can't believe how much I use this. Also, just having things like these side holding handlebars is great. You can put tripods on here. There's secret compartments that have extra straps that you can essentially attach things to or secure different monopods or tripods. It's got a whole bunch of different compartments, main pouches, places for memory cards, computers, really just so many different things. So I definitely think having a good camera bag makes my life way easier, way more than I actually thought it would. And maybe spending a little bit more money to get a better bag, well, it's made a huge difference for me, and I'd highly recommend it for you if you do have the money to spend. Gear item number 3 is a gimbal. Gimbals have become extremely popular. Tons of videographers and filmmakers are using them to get really cinematic footage for a much lower price than what typically is required. They're also really versatile, remove shake out of moving shots. There's a whole bunch of different advantages for using one. So upping your camera game or your video game and using a gimbal is definitely going to make a huge difference. It's made a huge difference for me. The one thing I don't love about gimbals is just the extra amount of effort that's required to use them, carrying them around, setting them up. It can be a bit of a pain compared to just going handheld, but having any kind of gimbal really will make a difference. Depending on what you're shooting on is gonna also tell you what kind of gimbal that you need. If I was going out and buying a gimbal right now, it would definitely be the Ronin S. Super versatile, handles DSLR cameras really well or mirrorless cameras really well, and it has some cool shooting functions and modes. The one I've been using is the Zion Crane, but there's definitely some added advantages with the Ronin S. But just having any sort of gimbal that fits your camera, that's gonna eliminate those bumps and shakes and allow you to create some some more movement in your shots and create some more extended shots because of the smoothness is really going to up your video game and take your productions to the next level. So my next tech tool, which has changed the game when it comes to filmmaking and cinematography, is a drone. Now, drones have changed the game completely. You can get super high quality footage for really compact devices like the MAVIC. I use the MAVIC Pro. There's the MAVIC Zoom, the MAVIC 2, the MAVIC Air, whole bunch of different DJI products. I definitely stand by DJI, and this has no DJI affiliation, just because they produce quality gear, quality cameras, and really easy to use basic flying controllers that I really stand by and don't typically have issues with. Now, one of the huge factors for me is also compactability. If I want to go shooting somewhere where I got to carry my gear in, having something small like a MAVIC just makes a huge amount of difference. To be able to carry gear, carry cameras, and also have some aerial footage in your back pocket is awesome. I also have the Inspire 2, which is more of a beast, way larger, a lot more work to use, and more difficult to carry, but I find for majority of shoots that I'm doing for mid-level productions, the MAVIC gets me the 4K quality high-def footage that I need, and really impressive how much it can amplify your productions. So getting a drone of any kind, definitely a must-do in this day and age, especially for videography and shooting aerials. So gear tool number 5 is extremely low-tech, really easy to use, and it's a bounce. What a lot of people don't know, especially when it comes to photography or shooting video, is lighting is one of the most important things you're going to need to get high quality footage. And having a bounce, even though there's no electronic parts, it's just going to make the colors and the shadows and your compositions look so much better, especially when you're shooting portraits. It is a little bit annoying to use because typically you'll need a second person to hold it and reflect it to get that shot. But oftentimes if I'm shooting photos or stills, you can also have talent holding it in front of their face, so it's bouncing the light off and removing the shadows, especially when you're backlit. If you have a bounce, it allows you to expose your camera so that you can have the sun behind you, still have gorgeous scenery, but also have the subject's face, lit up nicely. You'd be amazed with the quality you can produce, especially when you're shooting outdoors and just using the sun, so you don't have to carry big lighting kits, or if you don't have power, you can get essentially all the lighting benefit just from using one of these guys. They're really cheap. You can buy them on Amazon. They come pretty condensed, so really easy to fit in your camera bag, and then they just essentially pop open. And there's a few, for this particular bounce that I got, there's a few different options. You can use the reflector side. It also has a diffuser, so if there's some really harsh light or light that you have in studio that you want to diffuse, this is a transparent layer. It also has a gold option that's just going to give you another color reflective look if you want to use it. So having a bounce is going to really amplify your production quality, especially when you're shooting subjects or want to remove those shadows. Great for photography, great for video, and especially awesome when you're shooting anything that's backlit where you need light in front and you don't have an external lighting source. So that's it, guys. 5 really basic things that you can buy that are really going to amplify your production value and the quality of your videos or your photos. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did like it, please smash that like button, consider subscribing to my channel, and feel free to write in the description below anything that you'd want to see from my channel, or videos that you're looking for, or help that you need with your video or photography game. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more videos and adventures to come. Peace.